Live here. We're live here on Spirit Guides After Dark, channeling your erotic soul questions, baby. My name is Jenna Lee, and I have here with me,
I'm Angela Shelby.
yeah, and we are playing and having some fun tonight. So, as we wait for people to come in, as you come in, as you rewatch this, what we are doing is just channeling through our higher selves, through beings, through universe, whatever through that space and expression of love wants to come through for your question. So maybe you have a question, you can type that in the chat. Maybe we have some questions queued up already, so maybe you're here to hear some of those things. So I'd love to share a little bit about me and what I do. So, I am a channeler. I channel with source and I tune in to help guide people to the remembrance of themselves. And that gets into the deep subconscious layers and the unconscious mind and what is really taking hold of one, and where did it come from, and what are the beliefs, and how does that feel in the body as well. I'm all about embodiment, so a lot of my courses or in-person events are aligned with that, meaning how do I actually drop into my body? How do I actually feel connected to my body and feel safe? I do retreats, workshops. I have a lot of different online stuff. So, and then I co-host this beautiful podcast, Erotic Spirit Podcast, with Angela here. And so, if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Head over to the YouTube channel, or you can follow on all the major platforms as well that we're live on. So, and then Angela, give us a little bit about you there.
So, again, my name's Angela Shelby. I am a spirit guide channeler. I am a medium. I am a psychic. I do dream interpretation. I've been doing that for over 30 years now. One of the best life hacks ever for anybody, and it's free. Your dreams are free. Uh, Also, I practice quantum touch energy healing, which everybody's personal guides always come in. They always have messages during those healings. And I have found they're really good at helping people identify what beliefs and feelings are underneath their issues that they are coming in for healing for.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and helping remove those blocks and just move things out. Energy healing's great for just moving stuff out like wholesale. It's like
Mhm.
the bulldozer. It's great.
Yes. It is. It's a lot more lot to it. It's such a beautiful space to be in. So I love that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your lovely space. And then I also have up on here, speaking of Erotic Spirit Podcast, our newest episode that came out earlier today. Foreplay starts way before the bedroom. Did you know? Did you know? So, if you didn't, or you're curious to hear more, or you're like, what else? What are these ladies saying about foreplay? Go tune in to the episode. You're going to want to hear it all. It's so much fun. So, let's start to set the space here as we have more and more people kind of coming in and out. I feel this resonance of love coming in. So when we set the space in the container, it's this opportunity to just allow oneself to fully be here, to be present, to acknowledge all that you have going on, to be aware of it, and to come back into present, to honor all the flavors and shades of life, to be here with us as we navigate life and the energy that comes in. So, if you feel guided to rest those eyes, if they're not already rested, relax that body, soften the body, take a breath in and breathe out. Softening the body as you breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out. Letting it just be as it is. Yeah, letting it just be as it is. And I don't feel it's coming back yet. So just allowing that space to continue to open. I don't know if you have anything, Angela, you wanted to share.
Hameya ishtia koya maya ayatia rikia koya hameya utia ikia ruya kaya nia ishtia koya hu yaritia ratia ratia hameya itoya koya huya.
So beautiful. Yeah. Just let that move through your body. Let it just be. And you may start to come back to the space here. Just allow yourself to come back to the room, being in your heart space as we open our eyes back up. Yeah. And just allow. Beautiful. Had the chills on that.
A lot of goddess energy today. A lot
Yeah.
coming in.
Oh gosh. I
I
feel
want to
really.
see answers come through.
What'd you say?
I want to see what answers come through.
Right? We're like, I want to know the answer to that. I love it. So we'll jump into it, and we have the prompt going at the bottom. So at any time, feel free to ask your question live. Tap the chat and drop anything in: sex, intimacy, pleasure, spiritual connection. What is on your heart? Drop it in. If you are unsure this time, or you're watching this back on the replay, go to eroticspiritpodcast.com. Go to Spirit Guides After Dark, the tab there, and you can send an anonymous question in. Now we'd have your email, but it's still something that we would put in to the prompts here and ask the question there, and go as we just receive as we receive, but that would be in the future. So as we start tuning in here, I will go to I'm gonna drop into this question here. I like it. Okay, so what happens energetically when someone suppresses their turn on or turn ons? What happens energetically? Mm. Ooh.
Hmm. Okay. So the energy I have coming through, the information I have coming through. So this is goddess energy coming through. It's also who I refer to as my sexual teachers in spirit. So they're saying when you suppress your turn on, you turn it back on yourself, which usually causes anger and frustration. And that anger and frustration can go different ways. It can lash out at others. It can also be turned on self. And when it turns on self, it's often not acknowledged as anger. It's often acknowledged as depression, anxiety, not feeling safe in one's own body. But that has to go somewhere. Unsubs, people who are unsubs. These are young men that are known to go out and kill people out of a feeling of disconnection from society and sexual frustration. This is also them turning their sexual energy in on themselves and having it lash out at others. It's self-hate out at others, particularly surrounding lack of worth and frustrated sexual energy, sexual denial.
Hmm.
That's what came through. That's what I got.
Beautiful, beautiful. So what happens energetically when someone suppresses their turn ons? I I feel such a strain in the throat. I feel like it's a like someone's hands are on my throat, and I actually feel that energy moving up. So if you are tuning into this now or later, could be relevant, or just take what resonates and not. But there's like a suppression of expression, and that energy doesn't just connect into your sexual energy or your feelings. It relates and connects in to all the types of expression and all the types of who we are. And it is connected to shame. It is connected to guilt. It is connected to so many things. And when society even says, for example, you know, I believe in having a safe work environment, or feeling safe when we connect with people, but that does not mean that within ourselves that we need to suppress the acknowledgement of feelings. And that's what it comes down to, is acknowledging what is moving through the body. Because if I am feeling guilty about, maybe I feel like I'm having this turn on or desire even with a coworker or someone that may be, that may be inappropriate. And if it's, if you're in that authority figure space and you have that connection with someone else, and it's not about projecting or not projecting it. It's about allowing the energy to move through. And when we say this is not right for us, this is not good for us, it still goes somewhere else. That's a lack of expression of that energy in the body. So it does not need to, and the universe is saying it does not need to be projected outwardly to allow that to be seen, to allow ourselves to be seen. And so when we allow ourselves to just acknowledge and feel like, okay, this is it, right? Then we can even get to see, sometimes there's even the turn on or that attraction because it is something that is unobtainable, right? And so when we acknowledge that the feelings within, we may even notice that energy moves out, and it moves and it does not come back in, because it is this unobtainable energy and it's the desirable piece. And when we actually allow that to move through and be and acknowledge it and witness it and see it and hold it, we actually allowing just energy, sexual energy, arousal energy, just energy of life force to just move and expand through ourselves with love. And then that love emanates and we can see the truth of that experience. And so maybe it isn't actually, a desire. It's not a true desire, but we can actually see with clarity instead of the suppression, which holds that energy trapped in a cave or a mental loop of like, I shouldn't feel this way. I shouldn't feel this way. And so allowing that to move through lets that loop dissipate and clarity comes in with it. So we're actually, when we suppress, we're excluding ourselves from all of those possibilities. So yeah, that's what I got.
The other thing they're bringing up is they're showing me monks and priests, and
Mm,
that because you've chosen a life of chastity doesn't mean they're turning their sexual energy off. There's ways, it's energy, it can be redirected, it can
yeah.
be transmuted into so many different things. But when we turn it off or shut it down and not redirect it or honor it in some way, that's when it causes problems. So you
Mhm.
can have a healthy relationship with your sexual energy and with sex and be chaste. But
Mhm.
it's that
Absolutely.
it's that treating it like it's something to be thrown away, stuffed, buried that causes problems.
Mm. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it distorts in different ways. So it can be projected, right? And it can be then expressed through really the unconscious or subconscious there, right? Because it's I'm suppressing something. So I don't even know what I'm suppressing because I'm not even allowing the awareness or the acknowledgement to come up, and it's going somewhere. Now it becomes just a reaction somewhere. It could be.
Mhm.
It could become a reaction in different ways. So yeah, yeah, it's some beautiful information, knowledge is power, and yeah, how we can move through it. So okay. And if you are tuning in, because we got so many people coming in and out. I know we started and people are like, I like to just roll in. So feel free to ask a question or just hit that like button, subscribe, or just drop in the chat where you're from. Let us know. Be like, where are you hanging from today? I'm in Colorado. And I don't know if you want
I'm
to
in
share where you.
Arizona.
Yeah. So we just and the scenery behind me is totally a virtual scenery. There's no pool behind me, but it's a beautiful space. So definitely feel free to let us know. But we'll jump into this next question here. Feel free to ask any questions on your heart there, guys, and we'll see what comes in. So I have this. Okay, felt guided to pick this one right here. What makes someone energetically magnetic? Mm, what makes someone energetic or someone energetically magnetic or just magnetic? Mm.
Huh. They're funny. They're like, "What kind of magnetic are you referring to?" Are you referring to confidence, sexual magnetism, or they're saying, are you referring to ship magnet?
Yeah, okay, okay.
There's
Ma
all kinds of magnetic, and so what they're showing me, this is something we brought up before, is when we have childhood trauma, we often attract partners to us that reflect that childhood trauma back to us. That whole married, someone who's just like my mom, or I can't believe I married someone who's just like my abusive father. That's a kind of magnetism. And
Mhm,
we our traumas can make us magnetic to situations in which we are attracting the same type of person to repeat that trauma subconsciously as a way to try and like work it out
mhm.
and figure it out. Ooh.
Yeah.
Uh, and they're saying the quality of the energy that you project is the quality of the energy that you receive. Everyone
Mhm.
is magnetic. We are always drawing toward us what we are projecting outward. So
Yes.
if we're attracting situations, crap that we don't want, it's because we are putting out a vibe, we are putting out a frequency that is drawing it into us.
Mhm,
And they're referring to sexual trauma. So this is a
mhm,
true fact. Police officers have taken pictures of random people, put them down in front of predators, sexual predators, and said, "Ugh, based on these pictures, who would you pick?" They often pick people that have already had sexual trauma and they don't know it. It is just from their damn picture.
mhm,
So it's that energy, it's that vibration. So unresolved trauma can be a magnet.
mhm.
That's why this is a really big, hurrah and cheer for deal with your trauma. Don't stuff it. It doesn't stay stuffed. It comes out one way or another.
Yeah.
Ooh. But if you deal with your stuff and you are happy with yourself and know your worth, you attract people who know your worth.
Yes.
You are a prime example of that, Missy.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, I love that. I love that. Okay, so it's interesting because mine's flowing on the other side of it where yours is looking, and it's all true. It's all true because it is what we, where we are at is what we attract in, what we believe we're creating from that space. And so we project that, and that emanates, and that pulls in. And so this is actually going to come from another side of magnetism, and more like confidence, more, and what wants to come in too is also connected to our sexual energy. When we are fully embraced in all of us, and sexual energy is just energy, guys, too. Like I might say that a couple times throughout, but it is just energy. It's life force energy. There's a distinction in the wording so people understand that it can be, more concentrated. But when we learn how to move and work with that energy, it's just energy that flows. And so someone that is not in a space of suppressing, as actually was mentioned earlier before, and if you weren't here, where you're suppressing your feelings, when you're in flow of acknowledgement, in that flow, that life force energy just moves. There's no resistance. And so if there's no resistance, and I'm authentic, and I show up, or I believe in me, or I just am, that emanates. And that is what comes in. So if I am in a space of moving with my sexual energy, does not mean that I'm attracting sexual experiences. It just means that I just am in flow of life, and I'm allowing that to be. And when I'm in flow of life, it may appear right outwardly as confidence, but what it, and in addition to that, that's a word, but it really is just truth of self that one is expressing freely without limitations. So that emanates, that true frequency is effortless. We actually put more effort into holding ourselves back than actually being in the freedom of flow of us. And life force energy just moves. It just moves. We're the ones that put ourselves in resistance. So the magnetism, things can happen very quickly because we are just in a space of, I'm putting my authentic self out there. I'm expressing it, and oh, these things are happening. Whatever it is that one is in connection with, whatever they believe, that also comes back. Most likely, if someone is in their true authentic state, that's also attracting that vibration in that space of truth to them. And so things can happen very quickly, and and they they just are. And they just are. So yeah. I love this, the I am. When that comes in, it just is. I am. uh yeah. It's
I
beautiful
am. Those
energy.
are powerful words.
Mhm.
Powerful. So whatever
Yeah.
we follow it with. I am, put good stuff after I am. When you say I am, you're basically like sending out a declaration to the manifestation powers of the universe. So if you say I am afraid, or I am crappy, or the universe is like, so be it. So it is. So when you say
It is.
I am awesome, I am wonderful, I
Yeah.
am all that there is, follow it with good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's also an interesting thing that's coming through as well, where I love those things, and a new, in another layer, another opportunity is when you are in that space of confidence, and you even state the words, just I am. It's that frequency of just truth and connection to all that is and universe. So, and you can add in the additional layers after that, whatever the words are, but there is such a truth to the frequency of those words, of And every time I hear it, in my higher self goes, "I am, motherfucker." So, it's just like, right, I'm just here. I've showed up. I have already arrived. And it's just for me to see that I am
Mhm.
here, that I am. So,
Using
powerful
statements
work.
like that are also great ways. We're talking about being energetically magnetic to
Mhm.
shift your energy. So if you're in one of those ruts or you're having a hard time or you can't see how you're attracting what you're attracting,
Yeah.
it's awesome to use I am statements. And then you tack on to the end of it what it is you really would like to feel and be. One that helps me when I'm in a slump is I am in the flow of all that is. That
Mhm.
sucker, I mean, just saying it once, I can feel it shifting my energy. I am in the
Yeah.
flow of all that is. I am in abundance at all times. I am magnificent. I'm the best there is.
Mhm.
You you can pull those out when you're feeling good, but they're powerful when you're feeling bad. Like,
Yeah.
pull them out and use them. Your words have so much power. Bust them out
Yeah.
wisely.
Ooh. It feels like I went on a boat ride. Like, as you were just coming out with all these beautiful pieces, it's just like it's flowy. It's just goes. It just is. I
You
feel
can
like I'm at
feel the energy change, and if you're someone who's not someone who thinks they can feel energy energy can be felt by everyone. And
Mhm,
notice how you feel in your body or in your chest. Sit and
mhm,
just feel yourself for a minute and then start saying, I am in the flow of all it is. I am amazing. I am the best there is. And just, I am so grateful that I am here today, even especially if you're not feeling grateful, bust that thing out. Just start saying, and she's talking about that flow. You can feel
mhm.
the energy shift. You can feel it flow. Feel how your feelings change. Feel how the tightness in your chest moves. Just feel how your body changes. I
Yeah,
guarantee you will feel it. And that
yeah,
is energy shifting. That's energy flowing.
yes,
Powerful stuff.
exactly.
Powerful people. You just use them to build yourself up, not tear yourself down.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and it interrupts loops of wherever you were, right? Like, we can get into a loop of like, "I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that. Man, that was so stupid. That's so stupid. Why did I do that?" And we'll go over and over and over again. And so I believe there is a combination of mindset and how I actually truly feel with that truth in my body. But you have to start somewhere. You have to start with the awareness. And sometimes, even if you can't even get there, but you have like because we're so reactive, you can have whatever it is that you use that could help you move through that loop, because it's about breaking that loop of the mind, not in a way to say, we want to bypass it, but it's just a lot of mental energy that will keep flowing through. It's so ingrained into reaction or survival. So you break the loop with something, with these words of truth of like, I am love, I am whatever that is. And that can start to just soften a way in for you to see the light, for you to become aware that you were currently in that loop, right? So
Mhm.
you need to replace, like, you need to like or you get to move through that loop and break through that with something new. So we replace things, the old, with something new. So
Yes, that's spot on. I'm so glad you brought up loops because boy, when if you're caught in a downward thought spiral,
mhm.
busting out an affirmation is like the best thing there is. Simply because it short circuits it. You
Yeah,
stop it. It's just like, nope, new program. We're going on to something else. That
exactly.
whole I am in the flow of all that is. I just went through a move where I moved out of my house, got rid of about 90% of what I own, and I'm moving on to a new phase of my life. That's overwhelming.
Mhm.
I had a lot of moments where I'm like, I am running on empty. I still have to keep going. I don't know what to do. And I was like, I don't know what to do. And I'm in the flow of all that is. I am in the flow of all that is. I mean,
Mhm.
just doing that got me through, and it solutions to me. It calmed my mind down enough that I need to do this. I can do this and it will be okay. Oh, I know what to do now. Shifts the energy.
Yes.
It's really simple and it's really powerful and it's free. That's the best
Yeah.
part. It's all free.
Yes, I love that. It is
Anytime we
free.
want, nobody else has to know. We just
Yeah,
run it through our brain.
yeah,
But powerful.
yeah,
We're so much more powerful than we know.
yeah, yeah. We're creating space. We didn't see the space and we couldn't see it, but when we do intentionally create it, then it actually allows, like I love how you said there were solutions that came in.
Mhm.
And it's that space that allowed like the whatever reaction or survival or whatever was coming in. It's like, okay, I actually can see that now because I created space by putting this in. So yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
one. Okay, so we'll jump into the next question here. I don't see anything in the chat, so all good. I love it. I see you guys though. I see you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you however you want to show up. And if something doesn't resonate with you, all good. You leave it over there. If it does, beautiful. And yeah, we're just here.
Take what works for you, leave the rest.
Yes. Okay, so we got this question. What are humans misunderstanding about erotic energy?
Misunderstanding most about erotic
Most.
energy.
Oh, yeah.
Most.
Most. Oh, that word.
I think we had to throw that word in there. Otherwise, we would have been talking about this for the rest of the time because there's so much that's misunderstood about
That's
erotic
true.
energy.
That
Hmm.
is so true. We'd be here for 10 hours. It'd be a whole and that's actually like our a part of the point of our podcast.
Yep.
So
Yes.
we'd be just ringing out episodes here.
Oh my goodness.
Mm,
So the first thing that's coming through from the guides is one of the biggest myths and what people misunderstand most about erotic energy is the need to silence it, the need to not talk about it. Ooh, that is one of the most harmful, devastating, and maladaptive things we have ever done with erotic energy is not to talk about it. They're
mm,
bringing this up and they're replaying right now. Many people, friends I've known, clients I've had, both as a nurse and as a psychic and a medium, uh, and hearing their stories of trauma and abuse from sexual abuse, misuse of erotic energy, and they are punished for talking about it. It's especially damning when they go to the people who are supposed to care for them most, like parents
mm,
or teachers or people in authority over them, and they are literally beaten for it. Or they're told, we don't talk about that. We
mhm,
don't talk about that. So it's ridiculous. It's hugely traumatizing and it can be more damaging than the actual event. So that's like the dark side of not talking about erotic energy, but it's the not
mhm.
talking about it at all that creates the shame, making it a subject that we will not speak of. There's no education, there's no truth, and it allows people to suppress their truth and it puts a huge hook of shame in them. And we've talked about shame before. Shame is like a handle that you put on a person. When you
Mm,
can make someone feel ashamed, it's like a handle that you can grab it and turn them any way you want them to because shame is making them feel like something is wrong with them or that
mhm.
they are less than. And as soon as you do that, somebody comes in and says, "Oh, I know what to do about that. I know how to fix you.
Mhm.
I know what you need. You need me. You need this. You need this tool. You need to talk to this person. And it takes their power
Yeah.
away. There's, huh. So I love my spirit guides and I love my teachers, and they usually come through with peace and love, but there's such hardness and anger and a firm, this cannot stand anymore coming through with this. And again, that's part of the reason we do this. Whether you're listening, whether you want to participate or not, this is a safe space to talk about sex and
Mhm.
spirituality and everything that goes with it.
Yeah.
And angels come through, spirit guides come through, the divine comes through. So if anybody has issues thinking sex and spirituality don't go together, get
Mhm.
safe space to talk about it. So thank you for being here with us. Ooh,
Mhm.
lots of energy coming through.
Yes, I could feel it. I could feel the chills and the vibration moving up my arms, and the one different space or moving in a different direction is one of the things that's right misunderstood the most is that the energy is separate. And I mentioned this before, and if you're just tuning in now, but we humans can add in the label erotic energy, sexual energy, all of that, and and quite honestly, sometimes that even can create, like, put it in a box or even create this distortion that, or this illusion that it is separate, because it's energy. And if you even look at the science of energy, or I'm just looking at to the for some reason I don't really know science, but like we're getting the science guides in. But they're looking at, like, I'm seeing the atoms, and I'm seeing there's like the dark matter, and there's all the, like, all this unknown space in between, and the oh, we don't know what that percentage does. And it's just, there's just so much energy and subtle energy, and it goes down to layers of energy that we're not aware of yet. But when we're in tune with ourselves, really, and just acceptance of ourselves, it doesn't matter what you call it or not. It's just in truth and connection to universe, and you feel that connection unequivocally. You feel that, and it doesn't need to feel like erotic energy. It might, or it could feel like bliss. It could feel like just complete ecstatic states of joy and bliss, and being in that flow and connection with the universe. We get to emanate that out. We don't even need to put intention that I'm going to work with this energy, and I'm going to go here, and this is how I'm going to help people. It is just truth within us, that as we move through spaces, it just moves outside of us without effort, as it is just flow. There's literally nothing in its way when we just allow, and it's not like a projection or anything. It's just the universal energy. And so, yeah, that's definitely one of the things that wanted to come through, is that it's just not separate. And it's even allowing us to start to tune into the connection and then in the unity of the collective too. So when we start to tune into this unity within ourselves of just energy, erotic energy, sexual energy, and we're in tune with that, we become in tune with the unity of all the collective and all that is. And yes, maybe there are some things out there where one may say, I don't know if I want to be connected to all that is and all the people out there. And so that's just a perspective of fear. When we are in true state of flow with universe, remember, right, that connection of love, it emanates out and ripples out much further than one could possibly fathom, because it is all interconnected. And that shifts timelines, that shifts the way and then how the world operates, just by being in that flow, just by being in that flow.
Mhm.
So yeah.
And that connection with everyone and everything, that sounds overwhelming. And
Mm.
I have I have my moments where I think about God being that big and going beyond that, and my little human mind just is like, "Nope, I'm going back in my box. I cannot do this. This is too big. I can't go there." Uh, but it's a feeling. It's not something that we have to think about.
Yeah.
That's been my experience, is a feeling of peace and bliss. And
Yeah.
being in that moment, you feel the connection with everything and everyone around you, and it's not
Mhm.
scary. And it's not being overwhelmed by people's stuff, their emotions. It's not approving of their choices. It's not taking on their stuff. It's simply feeling that connection with everything and understanding that everything is equal. Everything has worth. And it's like a perspective outside of the human drama of the moment.
Mhm.
So if that connection or that feeling of, I don't want to be connected to him,
Yeah.
he's a horrible person, he's an
Mhm.
abuser. I don't want to be connected to that foulness. This is back in understanding the connection between all of us outside that foulness. And
Mm.
that is where magic happens. That's where healing happens. That's where affecting change happens.
Yeah.
It is outside the human drama, and it
Mhm.
is outside the garbage, and it is working that love and peace connection for all it's worth. And if
Mhm.
you feel like you have no power, when you reach out in thought with love towards somebody or a situation
Yeah.
that you feel powerless to affect, oh, when you reach out in love and you're just like, I just want this to be better, I send my love to them, that is powerful stuff.
Mhm.
Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. If they are, it's because they are trying to diminish who you are. That is powerful. I
Mhm.
can't even tell you how many times there have been situations where I reach out to my angels and guides and I go, "Oh my gosh, what can I do? What can I do to help this person? Do you want me to send energy? I can send energy long distance. I can drive out there even. What do you want me to do?" And they're like, 90%
Mhm.
of the time it is, "Will you please pray?" And pray is sending love and energy and, sending them my hope, my love, my joy, my prayers for assistance. They're telling me that because it's powerful. We are all that powerful.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that. And there were some things that you were starting to connect into, and it prompted this transmission to come in, where it's, and it, when people start to say, well, I don't want to be, connected to all that like foulness and all the garbage and all of that. And so when we come to a space of more neutrality, like being in the space of just the now, and this creation of peace within self, and not attachment to outcome of how I must change that, I need to change that. What we do is we also create space and energy within ourselves for creative solutions come in. So when we talk about as well, tuning into that erotic energy, tuning into that life force energy, right? Creative solutions come in, and creative opportunities, and not necessarily being attached to, hey, this is going to impact these and these people, but there is a potential. So for example, what I was hearing was, we had gone through our journey, and if you're not familiar, but we'd gone through a bit of our journey and said, okay, we're going to create this podcast, and we're going to talk about sexual healing, and we're going to talk about all the things. And it has reached in short clips hundreds of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of views. And so when we allow just ourselves to even hold space for people that maybe some people may not want to hold space for, but everyone deserves to move through their pain and feel loved and feel of worth. So when we just move in and flow in that space, we create these opportunities for cycles to break, generational, societal, political structures to fall, to break, to just be seen. Maybe it wasn't seen before, and now we're seeing it, and the ripple goes out much further, right? So when we're flowing in that space more, we allow these things to come in and flow, and that's create from that space, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that. It's creating from that space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
That whole creation thing. Creation is so much is I'm me and my analytical mind. I am a very much analytical, overthinking person. Yeah. Worry habit passed down from generation to generation. Uh,
Mm.
I'm learning manifestation is more about feeling than thinking.
Yeah.
So it's what you feel. It's generating the feelings.
Yes.
So when you reach
Absolutely.
that peace and bliss, if you connect into that,
Yeah.
mm,
Mm.
and that is everybody's birthright.
It
That peace
is.
and bliss is everybody's birthright.
Yeah. 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 There is, along the way, we can, whether consciously or unconsciously, continue to choose to suffer. And so we can really create different outcomes for ourselves when we pause and slow down, and so much more. But we can absolutely be in that state of bliss and peace. It is not like a mirage over in the corner, like, is that real? I don't know. Is it real? It is real if you choose it to be real. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we talk about this bliss and peace. I would love to live in that all the time. I strive to, but life is life. And like I said, I have my moments of black depression just like everybody else.
Yeah.
And it's it's that knowing that that connection is there
Mhm.
and knowing that I have access to it and not running from the black depression, allowing it to move through. That's kind of like
Yeah.
stuffing erotic energy. It doesn't work. It doesn't go anywhere. It gets worse.
Yeah.
Allowing it to move through and then refocusing that mind. I am in the flow of all that is. I am magnificent. I am doing the best I can, just like everybody else. Switching up that thinking,
Yeah,
it does wonders.
it does. It does.
We talk about peace and bliss so much. I'm like, don't be thinking we just like life is all cherries and roses. It is not.
I no, it is not. I will say, I was just talking to a friend about this today. I don't, the whole love and light, there is truth to it, but we have to also be cognizant and aware of and discern against when we bypass, right? When we're not actually, like I heard you say, like you like feel into and like acknowledge and be with the depression, right? Because
Mhm.
that's the truth. And so when we're in that, I have a couple beautiful things happening for me, and I had like my biggest day in my business not too long ago. And as much as I'm like, oh, more of those, right? Like who isn't all about that? Oh my gosh, my most successful, most abundant day. my nervous system was like, what the fuck? It was like, yeah, of course, yeah, it'd be good to be like more abundant and prosperous, but I'm also like, can I hold this? Right? Like
Mhm.
where we're actually allowing ourselves to witness and be with it. And we can notice ebbs and flows are purposeful and intentional, and the universe mirrors back like where we're at. So even if it was like, hey, I had the most abundant day, and then the next day or the next week is like crickets, it might be like, well, I needed that. I actually needed to process around what is happening and allow myself to witness the capacity that has expanded, the frequency of which I've been aligned to because I believe that, but then allow myself to actually hold it. And maybe it dips because I'm like, what the fuck? But then I acknowledge and be with that and allow myself to embrace, not to be afraid. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, why am I like not happy about this? No, embrace all of it. All of it that moves through, because when we do it, then we can actually expand and hold exactly what we are calling in. So, yeah. Yeah.
This is way off the beaten path of what are humans misunderstanding most about erotic
I
energy.
know. I know.
But it was coming through, so
Coming through.
roll with it.
It's so funny because I just had that same thought. But you know what? I see the people sticking around for it. So, just whoever it's for, it's like it's there, right? So,
Yeah, we're
uh
really in connection here. Whatever's going to come through is going to come through. So if whatever's coming through, somebody needs to hear it. So we're
yes.
just
Yes,
rolling.
yes. But I'm gonna jump in with that said to this last juicy question, and which
Yeah.
actually covered a little bit before. I heard you saying some stuffs, but we'll see what else comes in. So why are we sometimes attracted to people who feel emotionally unsafe, or not who feel, and I don't know if that's the right word, but who maybe embody someone who's not emotionally in tune, or they project out qualities that are not in balance or healthy. So I just kind of,
Yeah.
I don't know why I reworded that, but
So it's funny, the phrase coming through from the guides is the poison you know.
Mhm.
And we talked about this before. We touched on this actually. Attracting people to us that remind us of childhood trauma that we've been through. We
Yeah.
attract, the wife that is just like the father that abused us that we had.
Mhm.
Um, Not only is it often trying to like resolve childhood patterns unconsciously, we're trying to like this time will make us love,
Yeah.
they'll love us. This to resolve it. It doesn't work that
Yeah.
way, but our we unconsciously don't know any better when we're trying that pattern.
Mhm.
Um, but it's what we know. It's what we are used to. It's kind of like the emotional thermostat that we grew up with. So moving outside of that feels uncomfortable.
Mhm.
I know that I have had loving experiences with people that have made me uncomfortable because I haven't had something like that or in that way,
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
it's not what I know. So even though it's a positive change or experience, there's a part of me going, whoa, wait a second. What is happening here? What is this?
Yeah.
So that's why the guides are saying the poison you know.
Yeah.
It's what you know. It's what you're comfortable with, and it takes effort to move outside of our comfort zone
Mhm.
for good. Even if it's moving into
Yeah.
something good, change can be stressful. Even good
Yeah.
change. Oof.
Yeah. I love that. And that's in resonance with a lot of the things that usually come through for me too. And so there's this like to take it in to continue it is, you may notice in the spaces where you had mentioned, like if you see or you're experiencing something that is actually now good. Okay, so now I have this, I am attracted and I have attracted, and I'm with someone that is emotionally safe, and they hold that and they know how to hold that space. There can be what's called self-sabotage where you how it felt for me was I can't do this. Like, I didn't know what that safe feeling felt like. So there was like no trust with it. How could I trust what I do not know? I can start to do it and step into it in embodiment, but there's this first reaction. And so for me, I know for sure I would have tended in some of my states to be in like more of like a freeze or flight. And so for me, it was like, I'm gonna just go. And then I know I was in such a space at one point where I was like, I'm gonna rewind this if I can rewind it, can we? But it's absolutely self-sabotage can be such a big thing. And so what is coming through is also another piece is what may look different or what may look boring may actually not be boring. It's just like peace. It's
Uh-huh.
just like it's not used to the game. Like we're used to maybe games and oh my gosh and the chase and this and that, and there's someone that is showing up consistently, but it doesn't but they may be someone that like they also are emotionally moving through and making sure that the connection might be moving at a pace that is also conducive to their life because we are having lives. So do we really add someone in the first week you meet someone and like you're going to be fully part of their life? Probably not, right? So
Mhm.
allowing space and pace, and it may feel boring, but it you just look at your body and check in. How do you feel? Like, how do you truly feel, right? Oh, the boring may actually just be peace. There's not a lot of ups and downs and chaos going on. So,
I love how you brought that up. Yeah, that's describing
mhm.
it perfectly. If we are someone who grew up in a peaceful household, we are going to be attracted to a more peaceful household. If we are someone who grew up in chaos,
Yeah.
we are attracted to chaos because it feels normal. That
Yeah.
that adrenaline high, that going, all that drama feels
Mm.
normal and it feels like our natural setting. So we can crave it.
Yeah.
We go after it. When you've been dating that asshole with a different face. Every time it's like,
Yeah.
I just keep changing them out. They've got the same crappy qualities. I'm going through the same drama. Da da da
Yeah.
da da. But they were so attracted to them, and what's wrong with me? And then
Mhm.
your friend goes to set you up with this really nice guy, and you're just like, no, I don't feel attracted at
Mhm.
all. Like, that should be a good sign. If
Yeah.
you've been attracting garbage and all of a sudden you're not attracted to what is being offered to you, take a chance.
Yeah.
Step outside your comfort zone.
Yes.
Go for it.
Yeah.
It's time to make a change. Yes.
Yeah. Give it a little more time because it actually may be like the energy is just slow and steady, and yeah, more to
Yes.
learn and uncover. So, that's how you can break out of those patterns of toxic people by like when you are in that new space, like actually allowing it to unfold, and yeah, allowing it to unfold. So,
Good
ooh,
point.
I,
Great point.
I like it all. It's all juicy, juicy. So, as we are wrapping up here today, as people are tuned in here, uh, this is, Spirit Guides After Dark. We do this every week. So if you have any questions in the future, go to our website, eroticspiritpodcast.com. Go click on Spirit Guides After Dark and submit an anonymous question there, guys. That's there for you. Or you can just come hang with us. And we do this every Thursday, same time. So come tune us in there. And we have the newest episode up there on Foreplay Starts way before the bedrooms. So you're going to want to check that out. And then, Angela, if you want to just share about what people can work with you on, how to find you.
If you would like to work one-on-one with me, or I can answer any questions for you about that, my website is www.angelashelby.com. My contact page is on there with everything. I'm not doing in-person appointments right now. I am in transition, but I do long distance and Zoom appointments. And when I will be at events, I will list it on my events page and we can meet face to face.
Yeah.
But yeah, I look forward to working with you and speaking with you.
Yes, I love that. Love that. And then you can find my info here, myawakeningwithin.com. Check out all my beautiful stuff. I do one-on-one sessions. We work within, I channel with Source and Universe, and I work with Akash. So if you're looking for stuff there, I have some retreats coming up, Mount Shasta and Sedona in July, and I have a couple inner child healing workshops, one in Phoenix in June and one in Denver in June as well. So be on the lookout there. Subscribe to my info if any of that sounds good, because I could be coming to you sometime soon. I travel all over, baby. So but yeah, definitely thank you guys for coming in to hang with us today. I really appreciate it. I love you all. It's such a pleasure. And just being in the energy of the collective here, I could feel the connection. So thank you guys. Yeah, take care and good night.